Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am your host, Escalante TV, and welcome to a special Christmas video. This is probably my second Christmas special video that I've ever made on this channel. If you guys want to watch the first one, I'll link it in the description. I made basically last year. I looked into one of my classmates' old short films that we made a couple years ago. So I do recommend you guys watch that one and my film class experience video story to sort of get some sort of background on what I'm going to talk about in today's video. So go ahead and watch those before you watch this one. But as soon as you're done watching those videos, I want to talk about sort of the continuation to my film class experience, and specifically during Christmas time. So just to recap, a couple years ago, my senior year, I signed up for an audio video production class, and we made short films. We did all this stuff about careers. We practiced our soft skills, and we basically learned all sorts of stuff about content creation, and stuff like that. And we got some of those hands-on skills doing that. And there's a certain part of the Christmas story that I told in my first video that I didn't really mention or expand upon or elaborate upon. So I kind of wanted to expand my perspective during this time. Basically, I said in my first one that these few weeks of me being in this sort of overdrive mode, making this 1 minute, 2-minute short film called A Break Room Story, which is still up on my channel if you guys want to watch it as well. I forgot to mention that. To watch the only little Christmas film I ever made. And basically it took 3 weeks to make, and I have this one little calendar of December 2018 to sort of get a scope of what's going on. So pretty much the first week, like full week of December, we were tasked to pretty much script write, prep our film, and or just film early pretty much. And then the second week, we only had 3 days to film, and then about 5 days to work in post-production. Because the key here that our instructor told us is that you're basically supposed to spend less time actually producing the thing, and then more time in post-production fixing up stuff and getting it ready for the screen date, which is the little box in green right there. So it was pretty hectic because pretty much, again, in this class, we had to share equipment. And by this time, the equipment was just starting to get fried, but most of the equipment was still intact. And I had to also act in a couple of other short films that I'll talk about later. But I'm going to be pretty much looking into just my film today, sort of watching it and sort of giving my take on some of the awkward scenes that happen. And pretty much what my situation is that I actually filmed on the last day we were allowed to use cameras, because our instructor pretty much threatened us that he would lock up the cameras after 3 days of filming, and that's it. No more. Unless you had a special situation, the last short film I filmed. No, the last short film I looked into, a friend of mine named Daniel, his camera lost battery and battery power, and pretty much he had an extra day to do that, to film. So but anybody else had zero excuses to do it. And just to give a little background on my instructor had the highest expectations for booger picking 18-year-olds. To really do all this professional work, and yeah, it's just it kind of fell apart at the end of the year. But at this time, it really stress tested everyone. But back to my story is that basically after acting in 2 other films, I had the last day to pretty much film, and it was one of the shorter days that we were supposed to be at the school. And I had to scramble all the equipment, get all my props, and I had to prepare these really cheap name tags and sort of improvise my camera setup a little bit, and sort of like set up my props, and all that. And the thing about it is that there were supposed to be some extra scenes, but I'll get into that as soon as I get to the end of this film. So yeah, guys, we're gonna, without further delay, we're gonna look into a break room story. I uploaded. This is a re-upload because the first upload was around 2018, but I had to do a re-edit of the audio. So yeah, we're gonna look into a break room story directed by me.
Why'd you throw that away?
Mind your own business, Molly.
Jeez, where's your holiday spirit?
Okay, so a little background about the story is that I originally planned this to make this this short film with another guy, and the other guy had like a better story idea than I did. And the thing about this story is that it was supposed to have like, I don't know, we were gonna do some extra stuff with it, like add like some sort of animation and stuff, but we went with like the whole simple camera setup and just doing it on the fly. But what this story is supposed to be about, it's supposed to be about like a grumpy guy on Christmas, and he's not really happy with what he gets. Kind of like an Ebenezer Scrooge type of character. And, as soon as he sees something, he gets all grumpy and disgruntled, and he throws it in the trash. We were supposed to have like this Elf on a Shelf story with, I think one of my other like, I guess, co-director decided to go ask the Smelly Weebs to go make some sort of animated character, but I think he chose wrong to ask the Smelly Weebs to animate a character, knowing how reliable they are. But yeah, let's just. Oh yeah, and the whole 30 minutes later is just pretty much filler. This is kind of like my on the fly filler because of the time constraints I had. Okay, so interesting. I have an interesting note to add. That was not planned. That was a post-production shot. I actually showed the original reel to my instructor, and he's like, there's something missing here. And in the original film, I had him just look into the fridge and pull the envelope out and just throw it in the trash. But he said, yeah, I just need you to show a scene where he looks at something and puts it in the trash. So basically, I had to go back into that same break room, right? And it was probably, it was the week after, so it wasn't too stressful. But I had to like get another envelope, get another ribbon, and then put it in there. And that's why those turkeys are there. That day, I think the nursing class next door was gonna do some sort of like Christmas dinner, so that's why you see those two turkeys there.
What's up with this trap?
Hello there.
Everything okay in here? Do you like our little scavenger hunt?
What, it was you guys putting these gifts out all along?
Yes. Did you not find the key? Have you not found the plane tickets?
So interesting thing about that conversation scene, that was probably the most stressful part of filming is coverage. Coverage is like the one thing that that was just frustrating. And this was when the camera tripod I was using was starting to like fall because one of the screws was loose. But I had to like legit film this on the fly. So basically we'd have like times where the boom, like the shotgun mic would get in the frame. And we have times where, my actors would mess up. You either had my guy Ethan. Ethan is the guy with the jean jacket, and Kobe is the guy in the black shirt. Ethan would mess up, or Kobe would mess up, and stuff like that. And I think at one point, I think I had to ask like Robert, the guy with the Metallica shirt, to come back and then hold the boom. And I think his arm was starting to get tired. I think at one point we were like standing on top of tables and stuff. It was weird. It was probably hard, you know. Oh yeah, and in coverage, it's pretty much filming sort of the same scene, but from different angles. So I didn't have multiple cameras. I legit these guys had to say the same thing for like, you know, for a different camera angle. You know, that's how coverage works when you're filming stuff.
What key? What plane tickets?
The key was in the first gift.
I threw it away.
Okay, let's go back to that one scene. So that slow-mo scene is just a nice little filler scene again that I had planned because we had to sort of meet the almost 2 minute minimum, I believe, for the film. And basically everyone started laughing at the slow-mo scene where Robert just stares at him. I think it was probably one of the only good moments of this film that probably everyone remembers, was just that slow-mo scene with the sad music. You know, I kind of liked it editing that, you know, just doing that again. It was just, I don't know, it's just one of those gold star moments just from this stressful filming process.
Well, it's a good thing Molly thought ahead. Molly, can you come in?
Yep. Got the spare key right here.
Well, aren't you gonna open it? See what's inside?
Okay, fun fact. I also improv the scene where I was gonna hide the gift. So we were kind of crossing our fingers that that key was not given to us. We kind of just took it from the break room. I remember that key was just laying around, and then one of the you know, where they hold paper towels, pretty much. They have like this little lock thing. It was just sitting there, and we were like, okay, this looks like a good place to hide the gift for the plot, right? So we were just kind of hoping nobody just walked into that break room looking for that key. And if you notice in the background, fun story. So in the background, you see a bunch of kids just like looking through that window. That wasn't planned, by the way. Those guys straight up ruined my one scene. I really don't know how immature you can be to go to a technical school where you're supposed to learn how to survive in the adult world, in an adult job, and just have just this juvenile notion to go up to a window and see that someone's filming and just peek through it. I legit told them to go away. Like I straight up before Gracie before Gracie came back in with the key, with, you know, my actress for Molly, I was legit trying to just shoo them away because these guys were just like smiling and just trolling us over here. So I couldn't fix that scene. I was just hoping the instructor wouldn't notice, and he didn't notice. But I kind of snuck in the credits that I gave them a credit in the credits. So yeah, I don't know why they came over and started you know, laughing and making weird faces at us.
What's this?
Yeah, so another fun fact, those plane tickets aren't fake, by the way. Those are real plane tickets. Those were Ethan's plane tickets from when he traveled. I didn't have time to make fake plane tickets, so I was just like, I had to like quickly look for a prop. And Ethan's like, I have this plane ticket. So I was just crossing my fingers he would also bring that as well. And basically I do use copyrighted music from The Man in the High Castle. I tried to make it sort of like a semi-serious movie, but in the end it didn't really, the instructor sort of asked everyone in the class if they sort of understood the tone of the movie, and the movie just ended up being a so-so movie. I think there were some funny parts. I tried to really make this one of those serious movies, but with the lighting and sort of the color correction, you can kind of tell it's just one of those definitely one of those amateur films you see on public broadcasting. I added the letterboxing just to make it look cool. So yeah, guys, that's my pretty terrible short film about a grumpy guy on Christmas getting grumpy about a gift, and just to add another note to it, to the end of the movie, I was supposed to add like this sort of last line by Kobe and Gracie, where they were gonna say, it looked like you were stressed out, or it looks like you needed a vacation. But that was one of those other scenes that I filmed that pretty much got ruined by the shotgun mic getting into the frame. So yeah, it was a stressful time, garbage film. I hope. I did learn something. It's that things can fall apart, and but you know what? I got through it. I got through the film and filming process. But I think I had an easier time compared to my other classmates. So just as a nice little side story to add on to this video. So pretty much I think it was my friend Kobe who got pretty harsh criticism. Well, it wasn't too harsh criticism. It was good criticism, but in the end, how the instructor executed it made it look pretty mean. So I was acting in this other short film that he made, and he made pretty much everyone from the class get up and go to this other empty area where he pretty much tried to demonstrate the correct way on how to film films. And basically, I don't have my friend's short film to sort of demonstrate, but as an example, I'll try to find an example about like characters sort of oriented in a frame, right? So, if you have someone in the frame to the right, they're basically supposed to stay on the right, and someone on the left has to stay on the left. And in his short film, people were like all over the place in the frames. And sort of like, it was all disproportional, and the instructor, I guess the instructor got triggered by it and just, called them out in front of the whole class. And, do you guys see where Kobe failed and stuff like that? I don't want to see any more of this mobile phone amateur crap. He said something like that, but, he straight up blasted my poor friend in front of the whole program, in front of the whole afternoon program. So I guess I can count myself lucky that I got off easy, and unfortunately he got mostly called out by the instructor. If you sometimes feel like Martin Scorsese whenever you feel like a director making a film, but in the end it's just like in the end, in that class, I don't know, you just lose that feeling, and you just feel kind of scared. I felt kind of scared after that. I made sure that my stuff came out good, so I wouldn't get blasted by the instructor. Kind of felt like a fear tactic, but he had good intentions, but he also had too many high expectations, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, that is my film class Christmas story. I know I've made like a few videos already on film class, but I hope you guys enjoyed this Christmas special. Like this video if you like it, dislike if you dislike it, comment down below, ask questions if you guys have any questions. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
my bed.